Arcs is not the kind of game I would normally play. I'm not a huge fan of 4X style games, and in general, I'll avoid games if they have a lot of player-to-player combat. However, in this case, a friend invited me to play, so in this video I'll share with you my initial impression. I'm not going to talk about how to play in this video, but I can summarize it for you. Though the game is from later games, unlike other popular hits from the company, this one is not asymmetrical. That was a surprise for me. What they've done, though, is pretty innovative. They've taken a 4X style game, and 4X is short for explore, expand, exploit, and exterminate, and they've applied trick-taking inspired card play. There are a few elements of this that I really, really like. Like other trick-taking games, in Arcs, there's a lot of exciting strategy in deciding which card to choose in order to lead the hand. So in the game, the cards have a value and a suit. The suit is associated with the action, and the value is associated with a number of pips. And the thing is, the higher the value of the card, the fewer the pips. And pips describe the strength of the action. So if you want to do a lot with your turn, you play a low card that has a lot of pips. But if you want to make it difficult for other people to surpass you, you play a high card and you have fewer pips. Now that idea has nothing to do with 4X style gameplay, but it is a very interesting mechanic to play, and I personally love it. The thing about being surpassed by your opponents is that at the end of the hand, the player who plays the highest valued card in the lead suit takes initiative. Now, initiative would be equivalent to winning a trick, and that means you get to lead the next hand, but it also puts you in a position to declare an ambition. That's another innovative thing about this game. At the end of every round, meaning when everyone's played all of their cards, different scoring criteria are going to take effect, but the scoring criteria that are activated are the ones that the players chose. And only 3 criteria are going to be chosen every round. So it isn't enough that you dominate the galaxy or you take lots of captives or you have an inventory of all kinds of symbols. It doesn't matter unless you also declare that ambition. So you have to take initiative at some point in order to make that happen, or you have to hope that other players will choose it for you, but why would somebody choose it for you if you were going to benefit more than they would, right? So stealing initiative, meaning surpassing the lead card, really matters in this game. However, if you cannot follow suit, there's another way to steal initiative, which is by playing 2 cards. Playing 2 cards effectively sacrifices an action later in the game because you will have fewer cards than everybody else. But it's critical for taking control of how the round is going to get scored. And that is, again, fantastic decision making. I thought it was very engaging. One decision that the designers had to make that I think makes a lot of sense and is less conventional for trick taking is that following suit is optional. So that means you can really be strategic about their timing of when you play your best card, perhaps. No one's going to force it or draw it out of you. And it also lets you pick an action other than what the lead led with, which kind of gives you more flexibility, although when you play off suit, you only get 1 pip value. So it is a little bit less than ideal, but I think it's absolutely necessary for gameplay. Now, those are the elements of the game that I really enjoy that come directly over from this kind of trick-taking type of mechanic. There's one more piece of the game that I really enjoyed, and that is the court cards. So the court cards are cards that players will influence with an action and then can later claim with another action, and they have all types of powers. They can let you attack other players, they can let you steal from players, they can give you immunity against an outrage, which is a bad thing that happens in the game, and they can really, really mix up how the game goes. To a degree, I kind of thought that the court cards added a degree of chaos that is typically not what I like about a good Euro game. But if I'm playing a game that it's 4X and it's combat and it's all madness anyway, then I thought that the court cards add a great deal of interaction, which really complemented this game well. So that's what I really like about this game. In short, What I find is brilliant about it is the idea of applying a trick-taking mechanic to a 4X style game. There are some things that I did not like about it, however, and I'm going to talk about that next. Number one, I just don't like games that have a lot of battling, and I don't like games that have dice resolution. However, this one comes with a silver lining, because I will say that whereas in other games that have dice rolling, it's usually the attacker who rolls some dice and then the defender rolls some dice. In this game, the dice rolling is handled by the player who does the attacking. The faces of the dice that do the most damage also include the greatest degree of response from defense. So you're not going to have a situation where you just do devastating damage to the defense and then they don't do anything at all. They don't hurt you because they're all so bad. There's balance on the dice faces. That's cool. The other thing that's really cool is that there are 3 colors of dice, and players can choose what kind of aggression they want to go for and what kinds of risk they want to take. So the more aggressive they are, the higher the risk is that something might happen to hurt them back. Such an elegant way to handle dice battle resolution. I don't really like attacking players. I don't like teaming up with players. However, I also felt myself playing the game and thinking, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of how I actually like Cosmic Encounter, which is an old game, and you might not know it, but if you haven't, it's just a crazy, like everyone's just attacking everyone. There's tons of interaction. And you know what? I like that. I like just having fun and sort of just enjoying the interaction, the level of interaction. I'm telling you what I don't like. It sounds like I like it anyway. In general, I was won over by this game. But nevertheless, I'm on the fence about it. I don't like dice. I like how it's done here. Things that I really don't like, though. Do I really not like it? You're going to feel limitation in this game. Because it's a card-driven gameplay, you could be dealt a hand of cards and none of the cards are helpful for what you want to accomplish. But that's also the kind of situation where you need to steal initiative by playing 2 cards, and you need to kind of figure out how you can take a hand that is dominant in one suit and play it towards your advantage. Again, leaning on the trick-taking gameplay mechanic. That's how it works out in trick-taking games, and that's what works in this game too. Nevertheless, I think you're not going to play this game and not complain about your hand from time to time. It's a hand of 6 cards, so you're not going to have what you want all the time. And then another thing that was just a kind of weird for me. Like, I don't know why this was even necessary. Maybe, I don't know. I guess I have to think about it. Maybe. It just seems like it's not necessary, and they should have just allowed you to have more flexibility. But the thing is, when you declare an ambitions, once again, that's how you want things to be scored at the end of the round. You can only declare the ambition matching the icon on your played card. So, let's suppose you want captives to be scored. You need to have a card with a captive icon on it. Now, you could have a ton of captives, but if you don't have any cards with a captive icon, then you can't declare the captive ambition. You have to, hopefully somebody else will. Maybe because they want their captives back, they go back after captives get scored. Or, in some cases, you might have a 7. The highest card, the 7, is a wild for ambitions. So if you play your 7, you can declare captives if you want to. I think that it is inevitable. You will play this game and there will be a time when you will want to declare an ambition and you're just not going to be able to do it because you don't have the icon on your cards. That happened to me twice in the game that I played. So I guess in general, I don't really know if I would say I don't like the game, or I don't like these things, but they tighten your choices. It's a little bit tighter than a gameplay where you can kind of just do whatever you want. And that is why the game leans so much heavier towards the mechanic. If you enjoy this mechanic And if you like the problem space of this type of mechanic, you're going to really like the game. If you want to play a 4X game, you will hate this because it doesn't play like a 4X game. It plays like a trick-taking game, which I love and other people should hate. I love it, but then you have to attack people, and I don't like attacking people. So what am I saying? In general, for me, because I don't like 4X games, I don't think I will ever own this game. I don't want to buy this game. I don't want to lead this game. When my friend invites me to play this game, I will enthusiastically join in because I want to do the campaign and because I really like the mechanic, because I like games that have great mechanics and I like games that have bold choices. So yes, I liked Arcs quite a bit. It is not a game for my channel, but it doesn't change the fact that it has won me over. That is my opinion on Arcs. Thank you for watching this video.